Hello folks, it's another soil amelioration video. As you can see, I've got fire going, which means I'm generating more charcoal, hopefully to turn some clay into soil. Now you've seen the bay here before I've been using for mixing, etc. I've just cleaned it out. I left it dry a few more days, chopped it a bit more than usual. And I think I've got maybe even a 70% yield because this, no, I'll have to come around here. This is the pile that was too coarse to go through, but this is the yield. And that, I think, you'll agree, it's looking very, very, very much like topsoil. I'm very, very pleased with this batch. So this will only be a short video. I'm now going to go and dump this on the garden, and then I will grab this coarser material, put it back on the pile, but I'll do that after I've taken harvested another subset and put it back into the bay. And I'll take what I've done this time as the way to do it because I'm getting a much higher yield, and as you know, everything I'm doing in here is experimental. It's all suck it and see stuff, but so far I seem to be winning. Okay, excuse the puffing, but I've not just harvested another lot for treatment, but I've reshaped the bed so that I can run the barrow up that ramp and dump the chunky bits up there. I've deliberately done this during the heat of the day so that I don't harvest, chop up or upset any of my lovely worm friends. You can see there's a fair bit of new topsoil going onto this bed, and I'll spread it out, and then when I turn the sprinkler on it'll get watered, and hopefully the worms will come in and continue the amelioration of this soil. I'll be back in a minute or two. Okay, so these are the lumpy bits that did not go through the sieve, and it's a lot lower and spread out. I could have made it look smaller, but I don't need to. I know how much I got. Here is the new batch that will now be spread out to dry just a little bit so the clay is not so claggy, and I'll give it some chops because the last time I spent a little bit more time on this, I managed to achieve a much higher yield. I'm now going to put the lumpy bits back on the pile and apply some water to encourage the earthworms back up again, but I sincerely hope I didn't harvest with this lot because I did it during the heat of the day. Right, so there are the lumpy bits. You can see them in a lighter colour than the rest of the mound, which is kept reasonably moist. I'll now spread that out a bit and put a sprinkler on it. Right, so the lumpy bits have been spread out a bit, create a little bit of a crater so they can capture most of the moisture. And I'm interested in keeping this whole area reasonably moist because I want as many annelids and any other subsoil organisms to get in there and do their thing. The pile probably doesn't look like it's reducing in size. Well, I keep harvesting from it, and I also keep adding to it with sometimes more charcoal, sometimes more grass clippings. And later today I'm going to add some rabbit bedding, which will be full of rabbit urine and rabbit feces as well. It's time consuming, but I find it very rewarding, knowing that I'm increasing subsoil biodiversity and therefore biodiversity above the soil. Peace, love and light, people.